Welcome to Kenpo University. My name's Alan Babinick, and I'm your instructor. Today, we're talking about extended travel versus false travel and what they mean. And so first of all, what is travel? Travel is how far your hand moves to be able to strike somebody. So if my hand was here and I just did a little jab, the travel was about that far. Not very good, right? So a jab's not supposed to knock somebody out. So the travel on a jab isn't that big. Now, when we're talking about travel, we're also talking about being effective. The big E, as Mr. Planis says, all right? You have to be effective with what you're doing. So a lot of times as I'm going through, I'll explain travel like this. So let's say his head's someplace around this yellow dot, stomach somewhere around this yellow dot down here, all right? I'm in my fighting stance, my hand's already up, maybe I blocked, whatever, and I'm hammering and hitting towards his nose, and then I hit down to the stomach. If I just went hit, hit, do you see there's not that much travel? I'm not really coming out all that much. So I'm hitting, hitting. And by the way, I'm hitting on the side of the cushion. I know I'm not hitting the yellow dot. So I'm hitting here and coming down to here. That is false travel. It's called false travel because it gives you a false sense of security that you hit the guy and you hurt him. That's not going to hurt anybody, right? So false travel gives you a false sense of security that you did something. Basically, it's ineffective. It's not the big E. All right? So if I was standing here and I actually hit to the nose, I brought my hand back, and now I hammer, now that's effective. So that's an effective strike. As I hit, I chamber my hand over where it needs to be chambered. Now I have a little bit of travel. When it was here, I had seriously a little bit of travel. It wasn't enough. That didn't get the job done. So false travel refers to the fact that you have a false sense of security, that you actually hit the guy and hurt him when it's not going to do anything. It's just going to annoy the person, they're going to punch you, right? So that's false travel. Extended travel is when you move too much. And I'll give you an example of that. I'm doing the same thing. I'm standing here. If I hit and I bring my hand all the way over here and then I hit, I went way too far. Okay? Can you tell what rule I'm breaking? I'll give you a second to think about it. What rule am I breaking? I'll do it one more time. What rule did I just break? I didn't face my work, right? That's the main one, is I'm hitting the guy. Uh-oh, I gave him my back. He can do whatever he wants before I come back in to hit. So you can't go too far because extended travel, what it does, it messes up your base. It doesn't always give your opponent your back, but a lot of times it does, when people apply it wrong. So you're messing up your base because I'm turning all the way around this way. There's nothing there. It's a good hit, but at what expense? At time in turning your back on the guy. So extended travel is going to be bad also. You have to figure out what is the maximum range you can move without breaking any rules to be effective for your strike. So if we're talking about a kick, when you cat in, so if I was doing delayed sword, for example, if I'm standing here and I cat in this far, which is, 2 inches? If I can kick hard enough, good for me, all right? But if I can't do it from there, I might have to cat in all the way back to here and then get my kick in and put my foot down. So how far you move your foot, how far you move your hand, that's all travel. And you have to find out what you need to do to be effective. And you can't use false travel. You can't use extended travel, all right? Just quick little thought on the side. One of the techniques that I see false travel on a lot is snapping twig. In my school it's in purple, but in snapping twig I see false travel a lot because people want to go so fast. Parting wings. People mess up parting wings like crazy because they're trying to go too fast and they're cutting their travel down to beef up the speed. And that's one of the reasons when we say speed kills in the system, or you work on speed last, because if you're going super fast, that's when you're going to be ineffective and have false travel on your strikes. So watch what you're doing. Thank you for watching this video production from Kenpo University.